In this video, I want to talk about the word anarchy and how a lot of people lend some attribute to this word that doesn't actually belong. So anarchy, the word actually means against the arc. There's a literal meaning to words, such as the word ARC, meaning a portion of a circle, or some structure built that's a portion of a circle. Arc also has to do with nature. We see arcs in the Fibonacci spiral, and the Fibonacci spiral is represented all through nature. The arc of our minds, what our own minds will allow us to do and what it won't allow us to do. And this has been referred to as our archetype, our personality. There's different forms of this word basically meaning the same thing. ARC, arced or curved, a portion of the circumference of a circle. ARCH, chief or principal. Archy, a combining of the meaning rule or government, forming abstract nouns. Arc as a ending of a word, as in monarchy or oligarchy. Anarchy, it says a state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority, absence of government, and absolute freedom of the individual regarded as a political idea. This is part of the problem because it says a state of disorder. However, if you look at the Fibonacci spiral and nature is never in disorder. Nature has certain things that occur that it would seem to be a state of disorder, such as big storms, earthquakes, tidal waves, what have you. Even though they may seem like they're disorder, they have a purpose. We may not understand the purpose, but there's still a purpose there because nature is conservative and nothing goes to waste and nothing is done without some sort of purpose. Men are nature. Men are part of nature. And when I say men, I mean men and women. And being part of nature, even what appears to be disorder, can sometimes actually be a state of order. It just appears to us to be, or we describe it as, some sort of disorder. Now we create governments to allow us to be more ordered, but that doesn't necessarily mean that more order is better. We have our figurative meaning to words, the words that we use figuratively. So we also have an emotion attached to certain words. So in figurative language, we might say that people are sheeple, and sheeple are in a state of being under the arc because they're controlled and they're doing as they're told. They're slaves to the system, they're order followers, they are legal entities who require their birth certificates for their babies, creating a legal name. All of this is part of being under an arc of one form or another. Scientific, so now we're back to nature. Nature has provided all the arc man needs. The Fibonacci spiral, family structure, two parents, the things we see in nature. And then there's an emotional aspect to the arc. Man uses emotions against other men to get them to feel a need to come in under the arc of another. For example, when we watch movies or read novels, we're going through an emotional arc. So there's a buildup, and then a climax, and then a release from the buildup. And this is a type of system, an arc. An arc. It's basically an arc. We have a money system that's an arc. We have emotions that are used against us. Our fear is used against us. Our anger is used against us in one form or another, used to get us to do certain things or act a certain way or to produce even. So in the Matrix 4, they had mentioned something about anger allows for production. So people produce more when they're in fear or when they're in anger. Their fear of losing what they have, their anger towards society, or their feeling of wanting more and angry at society for them not having more. So then we come to the government arc. The government arc serves as both an emotional arc, creating a sense of safety, but also an arc of limits and boundaries. An arc for the government itself, a technical arc, however, altering the sense of perception of the size and scope of an arc allows the government to expand, which over time most do. And then people feel like without this government arc, they would be in a total state of anarchy and it would be chaos, whereas it could be that without government, we'd be in a more organized system because we would be under nature. We have the Arc of England, for example. The desire of a monarchy is to control many facets of people's lives, and they do. The arc of an empire such as England can expand its arc easily to capture other things and bring them in under it, such as colonization. The capital arc, such as Congress, they have the dome up there, which is symbolic of the arc of power and control. There's all sorts of arcs. We see arcs everywhere. You can build your own arc. This would be equated with independence, freedom from other arcs, having sovereignty, building your own little system that you and your family can come under that protects you and provides for you. So anarchy is the right to build your own life and to be out from under someone else's arc, or arc spelled in a different way, limited only by nature and the human mind, to create something of your own, to be free, only confined by nature. And nature includes your archetype, so your personality. Nature includes the feeling in your heart of doing right over doing wrong, the ability to protect yourself from those doing wrong. So anarchy is not a state of chaos. Anarchy is a state of being in nature and being able to follow your own heart and do what you think is right, to protect yourself, to claim your sovereignty, your independence, and your freedom.